Hey guys, it's Leo Stargazer. I'm here today with our sign-specific weekly astrological tarot readings. This is for the week of September 17th through September 23rd, and this reading is for Cancer. So this week, there's one major event happening that happens towards the end of the week, and it is that the sun moves from Virgo into Libra, giving us the beginning of Libra season and the autumn equinox. So we are going to be ready to harvest and reap the rewards of everything that we have learned in Virgo season, everything Mercury retrograde taught us. We are going to be able to use those lessons to promote balance within ourselves and balance with the outer world as well. So this spread that I chose today is in honor of Libra season and is all about balance. We're going to have a 3-card spread. The first position is going to be the inner. So what's inside of you? What do you own? What are you taking from Mercury retrograde where you are now? Second position is going to be outer. So the outer world, what's out of your control? Others, that space. Right in the center, we're going to have the balance card, the balance position. And that is representing Libra, obviously. And that's going to be giving us information about how we keep inner and outer balanced going into Libra season. So, as I begin my shuffle, I'm going to be repeating in my head the intention that I set for us this week. And that intention is simply balance. I chose balance for obvious reasons. But to kind of double down on the importance of the messages that I want to get from the tarot. And I really want this spread to help you and me understand your inner and outer world and how you're keeping those things in balance, or how you're going to during Libra season, especially at the beginning of Libra season. Little advice on how to keep that balanced. But let's get started. Okay. In the inner position, so this one's representing you. Nine of Swords. It's okay. Outer. Others. The outside world. The moon. What's going to bring us balance? How can Libra help us? King of Wands reversed. Very emotional, but very you. Well, we literally got the moon, and the moon is the ruler of Cancer, so we can relate. But let's get started. Let's start with inner, because to keep things balanced, you got to start with yourself first. The Nine of Swords shows me very clearly that whether it was because of Virgo season, whether it was because of Mercury's retrograde, whether it's just because we're Cancer and this is what happens sometimes, we are really feeling emotional. We are dealing with those emotions, though, which is essential for us. The catharsis of a handled and dealt with and analyzed emotion is super, super, super important for us. It's screaming out for balance, though, so I'm really interested to see how the rest plays out. And in the outer world, we got the moon. So inside, we are dealing with emotions, dealing with handling tough stuff. The outer world is full of illusion. The outer world is almost a reflection of our unconscious. The outer world, with getting the moon in the position of the outer world, is showing that we may be projecting, probably more reflecting our emotional state onto others around us, onto the spaces around us. Maybe we're bringing that into those spaces. It's definitely showing me, though, that whether we're bringing that in or not, whether it's this emotional state starts with us, the outer world is definitely that. So maybe it's that we're just reflecting what's on the what's happening outside. Maybe it's this deep dive into the intuitive waters, things like that, or something more simple, like there's something kind of deep you're dealing with right now, and it's tough, and heading into Libra season and going through that while we're in Virgo season and we just finished Mercury retrograde, it might have something to do with that. Definitely take a peek into that side of you if you aren't going through that right now, because Libra season doesn't begin till the end of the week. So we're still in this Virgo mode for most of this week. So let yourself feel those emotions. Understand, though, that the outer world is almost a reflection of what you're going through inside. So that's already kind of an interesting balance. However, in our balance position, in the position of balance, the way the tarot wants to guide us towards Libra archetypes, is the King of Wands reversed. How does the King of Wands reverse provide us with balance, or maybe a hint about how we can be more balanced? I think the way it does that is, especially for you, it's showing that we need to, going through those tough emotions is fine. It's essential that you do that. There's light on the other end. Virgo season's almost over. The outside world is kind of a safe space for that right now, or at least your outside world is. So be okay with that, and also be okay with sharing that, like, especially with those closest to you. I think the moon here is showing me that's a safe space to be in. The King of Wands, though, is saying, in reverse, is saying those kinds of passions, those kinds of emotions, that kind of passion, that kind of emotion may be inhibiting your ability to move forward in a stable way. I think the King of Wands reversed here is calling maybe less for balance and more for stability. I think that obviously stability is a form of balance, but I think here he's saying you need stability starting this week. You need to you need to utilize the purpose of diving into the unconscious, the purpose of handling trauma and dealing with it the way you need to deal with it. That makes you powerful. That is a skill that you can use to help everyone else who's clearly also kind of going through some of this emotional, illusory stuff. You, though, need to bring a different sense of passion, or you need to utilize what you're gaining from all of that. The reason you go through the catharsis of dealing with deep emotion, the reason we do that is so that, and especially this season, so that we can be more balanced, more stable, not holding on and bubbling up all of this stuff. You can use all of that powerfully for you, and because this is about balance, and for others. You and others, the inner and outer world for you right now is similar. You're dealing with it more deeply than other people are, but it's really similar. So King of Wands reverse is saying the way you keep balance starting with Libra season is you find the purpose. You find the purpose of your catharsis, and then you use that purpose to be a little bit more powerful and a little bit more stable. But still passionate. Above all things, passionate. Watery passion, but also fire passion. We need to combine those things starting with Libra. It's the balance of fire and water for you this season. And that's what I'm seeing here. But you're definitely not alone, and you should be super, super proud of yourself that you are able to deal with things like this. It's what's going to make you powerful. and keep you stable and in balance. So embrace passion in all forms, but don't go too far one way or the other. You got this. I'll see you next week.